Hi all, and welcome to week 10. As promised, this week will involve quite a lot of writing. So let's go ahead and get right into that. This is the front page for the week that you'll find on the unit section, and what it sets up is all of the different things you're going to turn in this week. You will have 4 different discussion boards to reply to. 3 of them are on week 10. The first one of which will be your cover page and your revised reference page. The second part will be your introductions and conclusions, and the third part will be all of your body paragraphs. And then the fourth part will be where you put all of those together and you turn them into the thread on week 11. So let's go ahead and go through these really quickly. I have included here the chapter 4 from the Writer's Handbook. That is where we got our sample of the literature review from before. So I have that open right here, and I'll use that today to show you guys what each part of this is. It should be pretty straightforward, though. So first of all, for thread 1, you're going to put up your cover page and your revised references. We turned in a reference page last week, and hopefully by now I've had a chance to go through it. And so the revised version of that reference page with your cover page will be what you turn in first. This should be really easy to do. Your reference page, your title page should look kind of like this. This is the sample from the book. This is on page 86 of Young. I'm just going to use this instead of my book because it's easier to show. So you should have your title, your name, where you go to school, your class, and then my name and the date, and all of it, your page number should be up here, which it's not in this example, but otherwise that's how it should look. Then we're gonna skip all the rest of this stuff and go straight down to our reference page, which looks like this, and this is what your reference page should look like. So those 2 things are what you're going to turn in for part 1. Part 2, the second thread, oh, here it is. This part will be 3 paragraphs. You'll have 1 introduction paragraph and 2 conclusion paragraphs. And you should just straight up follow this sample. So introduction, where did it go? Okay, so your introduction, you should have your title up here, and then an introduction paragraph that brings people into what it is you're talking about. Use the one from the book as a sample of what to do. It's pretty straightforward. And then you've read all of your sources at this point, as I told you to do, so you should have a pretty good idea of what you're going to end up writing as the body of your paper. So from there, just go and to complete thread 2, go straight to your conclusion and write that. This one has 2 conclusion paragraphs. Try to write 2. If you only get 1, that's fine as well. Alright, so that's the second thing you turn in. Turn those both in as Word documents so far. Going down to thread number 3, this will be your body paragraph and synthesis introduction sentence. So for that part, what we're looking at is all this middle part. Pay attention to what's in bold, how the titles are used, and the order that everything's in. So this is your synthesis of the literature part. You're going to write this part. It should be 1 to 2 sentences, just explaining what all of your sources say, just in very brief terms. And then after that, you're going to have all of your body paragraphs that cover all of the sources that you use. You should have 5 to 7 of these, and each one should have at least 1 source, but you're dividing them up into topics. So if you have, like if what is this person's name? If Tina Tolson here has two that are covering art therapy, two different sources, she can put both of those in here. And she needs to make sure to cite them by giving the author's name, page numbers if applicable, and the dates. So, yeah, make sure those are in there. So, yeah, the body is the third thing you'll turn in. And then finally, once you're done, your fourth part will be to put it all together as a paper and turn that in for week 11, where you're going to do peer review later on. So let's look at all of these discussion threads really quickly. And then you guys can get to work. So this is the one for your introduction. Let's open all these. Yeah, straightforward. So this is your introduction. Let's do these in order, actually. Okay. This is your title page and references page. This needs to be turned in by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. As a Word document with both of those parts on it. The next day, you need to have, by Tuesday, you need to have your introduction and conclusion turned in. And yeah, by Tuesday at midnight, again, in just a Word document. And then the last part by... Oh, this part's by Tuesday as well. So, no. By Friday, you'll turn in the body paragraphs of your paper. And Dr. Sanborn suggests these should take you about an hour each to write. So, looking at 5 to 8 hours of actual writing. Alright, and then the last one, I don't have this open, very professional. If we scroll down to week 11, the last discussion thread you need to do will be, scroll down more and more and more. Okay, this one. This is the last one that you will turn in. You'll complete your entire draft with by putting all of the different parts in all of the different places. And then the last thing you'll do is go to week 11 discussion thread, the one that says literature review, review peer critique. Just click on that, reply, and upload your draft there. And then next week we'll use this for peer review, but you don't have to worry about that quite yet. Okay guys, so you have a lot of work to do this week. Make sure that you get each one of those things turned into by the proper time. And each one of them is worth 25 points of your discussion grade for this week. You don't have to reply to anybody or anything like that this week. All you're doing is working on the paper. Alright guys, good luck. I will keep track of your progress and see you all in the discussions.